Hey everybody. In today's video, I am going to be giving you my honest thoughts and review of the Plum Paper Vertical Priorities Planner. I have been using it for the last 5 weeks, so I figured now would be a good time to give you my thoughts and let you know how I really feel about it. Okay, so today, the day that I'm filming this, it is actually July the 5th. So this is last week in my planner, and I want to start first with what my order was when I bought this planner. So originally, my order was this planner, which is 12 months, that started in June. And I picked up a stitched notebook and a dashboard. This is like, you can write on it. And I got this so that I can use it like a bookmark. And the original cover for this planner was going to match this stitch book, and this is the original cover. So already I can tell, but I will bring it in a little closer. Right away, because I got the same pattern on two different items, I could see the color difference because these are two different like types of material. And on their website, this is more true to what it actually is. It's like a pink, a pinkish background, whereas the way it printed on their like standard, almost like it almost feels like a vinyl, well, no, like a vinyl placemat. It came off like, I don't know, like this ugly greenish gray. I don't know, I'm not an expert in colors, but it also, let me see if I can get it to show on the camera, but right there, I don't know if you can tell, like the way it printed, you see the lines? It didn't print well on some of these areas. So, and of course, like this color, it's a completely different color than this. It was supposed to kind of be a match. You can see how on this one, that's an absolute match to this print in the back. So I don't know what the heck was up with this cover when they made it, but anyway, so let me fix the, okay. So I contacted them and told them that I did not like it, that I really loved this, and the fact that having the two different products, had I not gotten the two, I would have just been like, this is ugly as heck. But obviously this is pretty. So I do recommend it like on the saddle stitch, which is like a cardstock paper material. It prints really well. It's like very true to the way it's listed on their site, but this does not. It did not, at least in my instance, it did not print right. And I have seen other people's, people who've gotten this cover, I've seen their pictures and it looks very much like mine. So I had contacted them and asked them if they would replace it since I did not like it at all. And they did. And so they gave me, they asked me to pick one and I designed one. And I actually don't have it. Hold on, let me grab it real quick. Because I switched out, my cover Okay, so here's the original. Well, not the original. This is the cover they ended up sending me back. So that's the cover that it's been up until last night, or yesterday rather, and I made a decision to snip it off. So all I did was, and this plastic, hold on, let's see if we can see. All I did was took my scissors and I snipped the plastic, and I wasn't able to do it with one hand. Like, you know, you're holding the scissors, you squeeze with one hand. I had to grab, I have to put this down. I had to grab my hand with both to squeeze to get it to cut. So it was a little bit of a workout, but I got it done. And it rips off, let's see, it ripped off, you know, kind of like, hold on. Okay, now I'm afraid to do it. That's gonna rip. But anyway, it came off pretty easy. Actually, I think I bent it just then. So just be careful when you're, if you decide to do it. I had no issue. Just then, the reason it got stuck, and so me pulling at it with it getting stuck, it kind of bent right there. But anyway, I put an Erin Condren cover on it. I will show you that at the end if I remember. But so I changed the cover. Actually, the reason I did is because of this. And you see the film that's like the backing that makes it like really smooth. I guess that's like kind of part of the waterproofing of it. It's peeling up already. And I got this cover like just before June started. So it's been on the planner only for 5 weeks and it's already peeling up. See, and this isn't something new. This is not like, oh my God, I didn't know these covers did this. I knew this because when I had, let me grab it. Oh, it's right here next to me. When I had one of their dailies last year, I had a 6-month, and this is not like the book because well, it is, it's just I ripped all the stuff out that was written on. I knew that it did it because I saw it on here. Okay, so this was 6 months. And I honestly do not know when this started doing it because I didn't notice this curling action happening until after I was done using this book. And I had it put away for a little while, and then I was coming back to it to kind of go through it and see what I wanted to keep and what I was okay with tossing. I'm not one of those people that does like memory planning in her planner. I mean, if I do any of that sort of thing, I'll keep it, but typically I use it and then it's done. So I did know that it would probably eventually do this. I just didn't realize that it would do it so soon on this cover, since I never even noticed it over here. So that's why the cover got swapped. So be warned if you didn't know that about plum paper covers. It can happen, and apparently it can happen as quickly as 5 weeks, like mine. So let me take a sip of my coffee. Hold on. Okay. So let me move these covers out of the way. Move the notebook out of the way. And okay, so this, nothing was wrong with this. I'm currently not using this dashboard in this planner, but let me peek in my viewfinder. Yeah, it's obvious in there too. So I don't know if you can tell, but and I think, yeah, I think this is the same material as their covers. And so can you see how like much wider this paper is compared to this? Oh, let me see. I have an Erin Condren right next to me, and that's even like pretty, the color is very off. So that's like not right away started bothering me, but it just was, it just didn't look good to me to have this in here like right up next to it with like the color being so off. And I also wasn't crazy about this design around it. Like I obviously picked this one because it was like the best kind of layout for what I was wanting it for. And unfortunately, with the options that they have there, they don't really have any that are like neutral. I wish that they had this option where it didn't have a print pattern on it, or it had very little. Like I would have been fine if it just had this little bit right here and none of that. It just made it so busy. And for me, I am like to keep it clean and simple in my planner, and it just I just didn't like looking at it. So there was nothing functionally wrong with this. It snaps in fine, and it feels nice. Like I said, it feels like the same material as the planner cover, and it sticks out. Let's see, for people who are curious, it sticks out a little bit from the page. And it's definitely wide enough. So these columns are almost 2 inches wide. So you can see that it's like a ½ inch wider than that. So it's a nice space for writing things down. So although I haven't tested writing on this, I have heard people use I asked about this before I bought it, and people had told me they didn't have any issues with using like wet erase markers. So maybe that does work for it. I don't know. I haven't done it, and I don't have a wet marker right next to me. Otherwise I could try it for you. But okay, let's see. So I think, oh, here's my pen. I do want to talk a little bit about the paper, like the quality of the paper. So before I jumped into this planner, I was using, and this is not it. I was using, I'm reaching outside for something. I was using in a disc format, in the start of the year, I was using Moxie Life. Actually, I started it like in like November, like the end of November, and then around March, I completely didn't do the weekly Moxie, and I went to like daily pages. I designed an Agendio, and then when I was thinking about this layout, because when I realized that these columns were wider than the 1.5 standard columns, I drew them out on paper, and I had ordered some notebook paper. I ordered some notebook paper from Plum Paper. Let me see, make sure I'm not showing you anything. Okay, so this one, let me make sure this is focusing before. Okay. So this one is from the end of May, which was, I think, right before I jumped into, yeah, it would have been right before I jumped into the new planner that started in June. And you can see that I drew it out on their dot grid. And to note, their dot grid sizing is not the same line space sizing as their planner. Their line spacing in, at least in this layout, is a 1/4 inch. These are a 1/4 inch line spacing, and these dot grid are a little bit narrower than that. I can't remember exact, but that's why I have lines that are not drawn. I don't know if you can see in the camera. That's why I don't have lines drawn exactly like on the dots when I did it. So I was using this and testing it out, and you see I used a dot marker to make the little, because in Plum Paper there's the little dots that are already there in the planner. And I actually had no issues with the dot marker on this paper, and this is Plum Paper paper. I bought this in like a notebook. I just ordered like a disc punch notebook from them, and I didn't have any issues. I had heard people tell me that they had issues with the dot marker, so I was like, okay, fine, I will test it out. And look, I will even show you on camera, and I don't know if maybe I was imagining it. I'm trying to do it here, and then you can tell me. Let's see. I do the dot there, and then if I look on the back, there is no bleed through. There's no bleed. Look, it's right there. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna have to lift this up. Okay, I'll show you. Let's see. Oops. Focus. Okay. So there's the dot that I just made with the dot marker. And then look on the back. It would be, it's supposed to be like right there. I can actually see a little bit because of the light. But look, if I bend it, that's where the dot is on the other side. You can't see it. Actually, now that I do that, I can barely see. Yeah, you can see that line. That's not a dot for the, that's the dot where the dot marker was. Yeah, you can kind of sort of see it, but that's like so little that I would have never noticed. Hold on, let me see if I can see these. Yeah, you can see them a little, tiny little bit over there. But when I did it, when I was using it in here, oh my goodness, I could see it really bad. So I don't know, you guys. I don't know if, hang on, let's see. I know at the back of this paper, there is, oh, see, I did some dots on here, and I think these kind of went through. See, yeah, they went through, and it was very obvious. You can see them. You can see all the dots scattered. So that was very disappointing, because I didn't even notice when I had it in here, and it just seemed like it was more noticeable. And I'm feeling this paper and feeling this other one at the same time, and the paper feels the same. There has to be the same paper, but it just, I don't know, for some reason seems like I saw it more on here than I did when I was doing it like that. So there's the cover that I put on there now. There is something else that I do want to I was using this pen. It's a Uniball. I can't remember what the point is. I believe it's probably a 0.5. I don't know. I got it from Jet Pens, so I'd have to double check. I'm pretty sure it's probably a 0.5. And I was using it, and this isn't the best on this paper. hang on, let me see something. This, because this is Erin Condren. It could just be, okay, see, it's not giving me issue. This, I feel like it would skip on me. It would skip on me. Obviously now it's not going to do it for the camera. Oh, see, there we go. It just, trying to write words. I almost knocked over my coffee, you guys. See, it kind of skipped on this paper. Let me try. See, it's not skipping. Oh, it did a little bit right there. Okay, it just skipped that one little bit. But if I feel like it's been skipped, this pen skips more on the Plum paper, which is unfortunate because I actually like the weight of this pen and how it feels like weight wise. And I like the way it writes. It's just, I think it also, let me feel. I don't know, it's not this pen. I was gonna say that I think it was this pen that I was using one time that kind of made like a ridging on the back, but maybe it wasn't that pen. So I will not say that about it because I cannot be sure at the moment. I have tried, this is the one I'm using right now that I really like. When I was using I almost said the Daily Duo, whoop, wrong brand. When I was using the Plum Paper Daily last year, I used Energel, not this body one. It was like the other one that you can get easily at Target. They're like blue, right? It's like a blue body. Anyway, it has, and I think I used the 7.7 needle tips. That worked really well. I like how it glided on the Plum paper when I write. This one feels the same, it has the same like gliding effect, but I just like how this one's more comfortable and it just feels so, like, I like the way this feels. This feels so nice to touch. So I've been using this. This has been working great. I wish that they came out with different colors of this body. Hang on, I just realized, let's see. I hope I'm in focus. I'm not in focus. Sorry, guys. I wish that they came out with different colors of this one, because right now I think this is black. I think this is called Kuro, K-U-R-O. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So I think, let's see, I think that is, I'm looking at my notes. Oh, I knew there was something else. So one other thing, I feel like this review has just turned into like, let me show you all the wrong things about this planner, which is fine. Not enough people do this sort of thing, so I don't care if this comes off as like, it sounds like this is like a bad review and I'm telling people don't buy this planner, and that's not what I'm saying. But I do want to point these things out because I want people to be aware that like this can happen. So something that I didn't notice until I actually, like, the planner actually started, and I wish I would have noticed it when like I received the planner, which was I think a few weeks before it started, because like if you remember, I had to, like I said earlier, contact support and let them know that I was not happy with the cover, asking for another one. So one of the things that I noticed afterwards was how let's see if you can even tell from there. I'll have to pick it up so you can see what I mean. These are, let's see, These are cardstocky, like glossy paper. So on the back is the dashboard. I can't show you that one. Hold on. Okay, I'll show you this one. This just has a sticky note letting me know that's when the Hocus Pocus movie comes out. So you have to use like a ultra fine or fine tip Sharpie, whatever it's called, on this paper, because if you do this, it'll smear the heck out of it. So on the back, it's just plain, and there's nothing wrong with any of these, but I have 2 of them that got punched wrong. So my June, with the first 2 months, right? My June, look at the punch. It was punched wrong, and so was my July. I'm trying to see. Yeah. And so it's making it to where it's like coming out, and it's doing like that sort of number and sticking out and not cooperating. So if I have it closed, you see them sticking out. Like the other ones are not, but these 2 are like not in place because of that at the bottom. So that's a little annoying. But anyway, another thing I ordered when I got this planner, this is really just 12 months. The only thing I added to it was the, I added a vinyl pocket. I moved it out of here. Wait, no, that's not it. Where's my vinyl pocket? Oh, it's not with me. Is it with me? Hold on a second. Let's see. Nope, I think I stuck it in here. My vinyl pocket. Here it is. Okay, I have it in the front of my content planner. Let me show you it. So here's my vinyl pocket. This is what came with, I ordered this extra, and this actually goes in the back. So right away in the beginning, I snipped this and I moved it to the front, so that I could like stick things in the front in this pocket. And then I actually moved this like last week, pulled it out and moved it because y'all, this is thick on this coil. Adding like, this is my today marker. This makes it to where I can flip straight. Let me see if it's blurry. Sorry guys, it's all over the place. Okay. This is a pretty thick today bookmark, and so I have it marked on the month because the tab doesn't go to the month, it goes to the dashboard. So I have this so I can flip to the month, and then I have a an Erin Condren dashboard that's on my week. And the only other thing I have in there, I have that bookmark. That's also another like Erin Condren magnetic bookmark. It's from the Focus collection. Marking that page so that I can go straight to those special date boxes, because where like I pre-plan if I have an appointment, let's say in October, and open to that and then write it in that October box. And then that way when I get to that month, I have all the stuff in there. I don't actually write it in the calendar until it gets closer. So this is kind of thick, and the coil they give you, it's just enough for it. So I ended up taking out the vinyl pocket to save some room, and over the weekend I snipped out, I have a to-do tab. Whoa, got too close. I have a to-do tab. I added 10 pages of those boxes. Hold on, I'll flip to it. The to-do list ones. And what I did is I snipped one of them and moved it all the way to the front. And so that's what you saw. You might have saw it earlier. next to the June tab when I was showing you how it wasn't punched right. That's where I have like, I keep like master list of like things to do, or things I want to buy or things I need to buy. And so that's how I'm using that. So what I did the other day was I snipped them all out, and actually this is my content planner. Actually, this would be a good side-by-side comparison. I don't know if I did this in my other video. Let's see if you can see this. You can see how much bigger the coil is on a life planner versus just a 12-month plum paper. So I would imagine if I would have ordered more than those 10 extra pages, they would have bumped it up a coil. I don't know how many more pages I would have needed to add. But I did have an idea that like if I did this again, if I were to go, if I were to reorder next year, another plum paper for 12 months, what I'm thinking about doing is ordering an 18-month. And it's going to sound really bad, but ordering an 18-month and then ripping out the 6 months of weeks. I would keep the tabs and the month view so that I can like at least have those, but take out the weeks in between. And maybe that would like give me a little bit more wiggle room on this coil, because I can honestly see if you are somebody who is going to be using a lot of stickers, that's what you should do. Because there's no way for you to just upgrade the coil. I say that because when I ordered, what's this? Okay, so this is my Agendio that I customized. Let me turn to a blank page. This is my Agendio that I customized, and when I built this, obviously I didn't do the coil option, but they do have a coil option, and with their coiled option, they gave me an option to upgrade the coil size, like to bump it up. I wish other planner companies would give that option, or at least Plum Paper, because now that I realize how their 12 months fits on this, I wouldn't have minded it just being a little bit bigger, just a little bit bigger. I don't use or don't plan to use like sticker kits, but if you are using it like every single week, I can see how this would just get so massive really quick. But otherwise, like functionally, the planner, sorry, I don't know how long it was not focused. Functionally, it works fine for what I need right now. Now, I say that because I just found out last week, today's Tuesday, I just found out on Friday, I got a phone call, that my youngest, who's going to be turning 4 soon, got accepted into pre-K. So that was like a shock to me. I was like mentally prepared to have to stay home with her for another year, and so now my plans might be changing. And so will I end up using this planner throughout the whole entirety? I don't know. Like, my needs might end up changing. If I end up, going to work outside the home, and who knows what kind of work, I might need something different for work. I don't know. Like, it's just all like, all of a sudden that one phone call has just made it to where it's like, oh shoot, what I thought what I was going to do with my planning situation moving forward might not be what ends up happening. So I just kind of have to like take things slow and just kind of like adapt as my life changes, which is like a big change for me, to have like my youngest and not have any more kids at home to take care of. So yeah, I think that's it. I do wish that the thing that I do wish about this is that I wish that the pocket, their back pocket, it is double-sided. I just wish that it was like more sturdy. It just seems like I have been tempted to like cut it and move it to the front, but let's see, I have this one because I got a punch notebook, and I've moved this one a few times, and I'm worried that like this cardboard isn't like gonna hold up to it being moved. I mean, this is like a wider punch than these, so yeah, that's what's making me like not. That's why I wasn't afraid to do the vinyl, to snip the vinyl, because it's like a vinyl plastic, it's very durable. I'm afraid to move this one to the front. I don't know if it's just me, but if anybody else finds that when you stick stuff in the back pocket, like you forget about it. I don't know if that's just me. That's why I had moved the vinyl to the front, and I was putting these stickers in the front for date times. And oh, I would like to share with you guys, I haven't shared anything. I haven't shared this with anybody yet, not even like on Instagram. When my order came, I did not, and this isn't all the stickers I got in my order, but so this shop is a Knockout Print Shop, and they have all kinds of mini icons that are sized to fit Moxie Life. But y'all, because I was in Moxie Life in the beginning of the year, I knew the line spacing in Moxie Life was 1/4 inch, just like in Plum Paper. So having known that, that's the reason why I was like, I'll buy some mini stickers because it'll fit perfectly in the lines for the Plum Paper. And I think the week that I was showing you earlier, hold on, let me get back to it and then I will zoom y'all back in or refocus it. Let's see. Yeah, the week that I was showing you guys before had these stickers on it. Okay, so you can see how it fits perfect in the line. And then look how cute that is, you guys. This fits perfect. It drives me nuts. These fit really good in the lines too. This number, it's clock, the time, oh my goodness, the time, that time sticker is a Planner Kate one, and those are Orange Umbrella Co. Why do I feel like I'm saying that wrong? I think that's the name of the shop. Y'all, my husband was watching Umbrella Academy on Netflix over the weekend, so maybe that's why I'm like all second guessing it at the moment. But, and look at the little TV, so cute. I love it when stickers fit perfect like in the lines. So I highly recommend checking them out. If you are like me and you're like OCD about the sticker fitting in the space that you have for it, these are not all the ones I got. These are just the ones I have in the planner because I know this is the ones I'm going to use right now. I think that is it for real, guys. I think that's it for real. If you have any questions about this planner that I specifically like didn't get to answer for you and you're kind of wondering, just go ahead and leave me a comment. If you are following me on Instagram, I'm at Lauren's Life Plans. I have dots in there, so it's at laurens.life.plans. You can send me a DM if you don't want to leave a public comment. But if you liked today's video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. On here, if this is the first time you're watching my channel, I share functional planning tips for moms. So if that is something that you're interested in watching, I hope that you consider subscribing so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And I will see you guys next time. I think the next video that I'm going to be doing is another week as I go plan with me. And yeah, I think that'll go out probably here at the end of July. So look out for that, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.